Alright. It's visual novel time. I think I know what's going on. I'm going to see. I'm going to do a test to see. The scientific method, baby! Well, not really. It's much simpler, but it'll still hopefully produce some results. Right. So I checked some sources and stuff. And yeah, there is indeed still one last thing, and I am still missing it. So, what I'm gonna do is replay every side story until it shows up. Well, I'm not going to replay them, dear God, I'm not gonna do that. I already remember all these well enough. I mean, still, not already, that's wrong wording no matter what universe you live in, where English is a language. I can't skip this one though. Hold on. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. No, not auto. I wish they showed more poems. Right, the second part might be the real kicker here. Because I technically haven't unlocked the CG for this one yet, which leaves me to assume that the game probably hasn't saved. Cause, yeah, I'll save my criticisms near the end since we are technically at the end now. So I'll save my criticism about the extra content. There we go, it's just one part. Interesting. One really long part, I assume. That, or it'll be the same length as all the others, in which case that's fine by me too. I just want this over with now. Okay, everyone. Game is really loud. How's the audio, actually? Hoppa! The video? Alright. We're gonna be taking a break from the usual activities today. I was thinking since people are starting to talk about the festival, it's a good time for us to go over the general direction of the club and all that. I think it'll help us figure out what to do for the festival, you know? Yep, the festival's already happening and main character San is nowhere to be found. Kun? I don't know what honorific I should use. Oh, Sayori and I already came up with a really good plan. Really? For the festival? Yeah! So the plan is this, okay? You and Yuri collect information ahead of time on which clubs and classes are doing food booths. And we take a map and plan the most efficient route so we can get to most of them before the lines... Oh! Oh! This OST is cool. Hey, that has nothing to do with the club. Well, you have to let me finish. Alright, fine, go ahead. Right, so basically we get all the food we can and we come back here and we all eat together, that's all. I got tricked twice by the same joke. Wow. Boo, don't be a hater. It's not like you can come up with anything better. Look, even Yuri was thinking about it. No, I wasn't. I would really prefer to do something literature related. We can eat together anytime. The festival is a unique opportunity. Besides, it's been quite a while since we've set any new interest in the club. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We really get a shot at showing people. We really get a shot at showing people what the literature... we really got a shot at showing people what the literature club is all about. I'll tell you what, we can do both, right? We'll make time for your food mission and still put together a public event, assuming you guys are serious about it, which... Why am I even asking? Sayori, knowing Sayori, she's very serious about it. Oh my gosh, yes! I was just joking, but that's a really good idea. Well, I'm glad it's settled. I think the question is how to come up with an event that demonstrates everything you can get out of the literature club. If there's any of the girls I'm confident in my voice in, it's Monica. I've gotten really nice and I've gotten really familiar with the voice I came up with her, and I've gotten quite attached to it. Which only makes a lot of sense considering I spend a lot of time with her, so no doubt. Even though she does have her own canonical voice, I apparently just ended up coming up with my own. So I like doing Monica's voice. So I guess it's kind of sad. Well, what am I talking about? There's still always Monica after story. Although I don't record myself doing it anymore. That one I've decided to keep completely private and only in my memories rather than record it. Well, that's kind of tough because everyone gets something different out of the club. Okay, how about this? Literature is way too broad. Let's go around and have each of us talk about what we've gotten out of the club so far. That could really help us figure out what kind of reputation we want to build. Yeah! No wait, Akko impression. Japanese Akko impression. Or maybe just English Akko impression. Yeah! Yay! Okay, I suck at doing either. That's too embarrassing. But you'd have so much to talk about. That's exactly why. And I'm sure Natsuki feels the same way. Well, maybe, but I didn't plan on arguing against it or anything. I mean, it's the literature club. We talk about that stuff together, right? All the time. And the only way to get more comfortable with it is to suck up and do it. Oh, you're not wrong. I'm sorry for being resistant. It's not good to say suck it up because it sounds like their feelings don't matter. Right, my bad. It's just a habit I need to break. Well, anyway, who's gonna start? I'll start. I was the first to join after all. Wouldn't that be me? No, you're the founder, which makes you the 0th, not the 1st. Completely different. No, I want to go first. Fine, fine. You can start. I don't mind. Yay! Yeah, I know. It's so cringy and terrible. So, gosh, it feels like so long ago. I think I joined because I wanted to have fun sharing poems with people. It seemed like it would be a safe way to express myself, you know? Like, if it's just a poem, then I can share it without feeling like I'm burdening everyone with my problems. And I thought it would be a really good way to get to know other people, too. So yeah, I was really surprised when I walked in and it was just Monica. A little bit of Monica in my life. Sorry. And she was sleeping. Oh my god, please don't say that out loud to anyone. You'll ruin my reputation. Yeah, but it seemed like so much fun to help start a new club. Especially since writing helped me so much. I wanted to see it help other people too. But it ended up being just me who was inspired because I remember feeling like Monica was just so sweet and mature and that I could trust her with anything. It made me feel a lot less alone, having someone who knew even the bad things about me. And at that point, I knew the literature club was gonna be special for a lot of people. Yeah, I felt the same way. It really helped me give the club a more cohesive vision. Yeah, and then Yuri joined, but she was so different from us. And Natsuki too. I think for Yuri, it really helped for me to take the lead before she was able to open up a little. But Natsuki was kind of the opposite, where she wasn't ready to get really close to someone really quickly. I never really thought about that sort of thing. I really feel like I've gotten better at understanding people's different needs. And that makes me really happy, because my friends are just the most important thing to me. And whatever new members we get, I want to help them in those ways too. I don't know if I would have continued coming to the club if it weren't for you. Really? Uh-huh. I know it wasn't too long ago, but it hurts to think about my behavior back then. I was really short-sighted. The only reason I came was to find others who were into fantasy. I suppose that was my idea of making friends with people. And I remember feeling uncomfortable because you and I have such different energy. I had such a specific idea of the kind of person I could be friends with. So when Sayori tried so hard to get to know me, I felt like I was just wasting her time. I think I was naive to assume that similar interests were the key component of friendship. Sayori and I were able to be friends because she always thinks about the needs of other people. That's something I never knew how to do, or even thought to do. But I stayed in the club thanks to that, and I started trying as hard as I could to understand people better. You really went above and beyond when it came to that. I was just super impressed. Well, I always hated that I didn't know how to behave like a person who was easily liked by others, like the two of you can. And because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behavior and all the wrong things I said. But the whole time I should have been thinking about other people instead, not myself. Once I started doing that, I was able to make friends with everyone else. Oh, also, I discovered that sometimes I'm a better communicator when I take the time to write rather than speak. It's so strange the way things turned out. It's so far different from anything I ever would have expected. You know, I actually kind of feel like writing some DDLC fanfiction after this. I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's just what happens to me, it seems, whenever I get engrossed in a story. Like, I made a JoJo fanfiction, and now it's basically its own original series of Identitatem Discrimin, which is technically a combination of JoJo, Persona, and My Hero Academia, and maybe even a few other inspirations. I'm not gonna talk about that in such a video as this though. I did write an Archaea fanfic. So far that's the only real completed fanfic I have. I wanna write an actual official story. Someday, soon. I just need to be patient and keep working diligently and hard and stuff. I was gonna say hardly, but I suppose we don't always know what we really need. Oh my gosh, you're so cute that I'm going to throw up! Okay, please don't do that, Sayori. Besides, I'm not cute. That's right, you aren't. You are sexy. Hey, isn't that my line? Oh. Well, for me it's actually true, so... What are you saying?! Nothing! I finished my part, so everybody else take their turn! Yeah, I totally ship Yuri and Natsuki. My heart! Sayori, take some deep breaths. Here's a paper bag as well. Okay, fine, I'll go. Yuri, I can't believe you were complaining about doing this and still went before me. What a show-off. I was just following up on Sayori. It was the easiest way to get it over with. Besides, you left out the most important thing that you got out of this club. I did? Yeah, a regular supply of your favorite cupcakes. Oh no, I forgot about that too! I'm a traitor to the cupcake queen. Neither of you are forgiven. Looks like only Monica will be getting cupcakes next time. That's not fair, she never had a chance to say anything yet anyway. No! Darth Vader. I can't eat that many cupcakes. Yeah, true. Only Yuri can. Hey! Well, anyway, I'm just putting off talking. It's kinda hard to talk about this stuff. Sorry, I just finished dinner, and I'm burping. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Alright, let's do this. Let's continue. But I guess what it comes down to is that I'm in a much better place mentally than what I was when I first joined. And that's because everyone helped me realize that I had some really toxic friendships going on outside the club. It was honestly a really painful thing to go through. Having to cut them out, it still hurts to think about. I'm sorry, Natsuki. It's fine. I knew it was for the best, and I was right. I guess for me it's all about your feelings. I was only ever ridiculed for having feelings, so I thought the right thing to do was to just ignore them. It took me a really long time to realize that it's not really how things are supposed to work. And I guess that's thanks to everyone who took the time to respect my feelings, even when I was being like the biggest jerk. I'm really sorry for being such a jerk to everyone. I was really the worst. Alright, it's raining really loud right now. I'm hoping the microphone can't hear that. But as a result, I can't hear anything right now. I think the mic's fine. Natsuki's voice chokes a little. We love you, Natsuki. I just hate that I was like that. Everyone did so much for me and I could never do anything in return. It's not true. Natsuki, you've done a lot more than you think. This club really wouldn't have been the same without you. I mean that. Remember how judgmental I was when you first showed up. It was like I couldn't accept anything other than my own idea of what a literature club was supposed to be. Apparently that was more important to me than the opportunity to bring you some happiness. You really taught me that anything that makes someone happy is worthy of respect. You even inspired me to start playing piano. That's something that means a whole lot to me. So there's no need to put yourself down. Okay. Natsuki wipes her eyes. You helped me a lot too. It's so much fun to have you around. It helped me become a better person. Having a problem doesn't make you needy or inconvenient. It means that there's something that needs to be better for you. And you always deserve that. I agree. Same. My thoughts exactly, I was gonna say that. Seeing us have some of the same struggles made me a better person as well. I wouldn't want to change anything about our time here. I don't think any of us would. I'm sorry, I got all dramatic again. That's all I wanted to say, so Monica can go now. There's no need to apologize. It was something I wanted to talk about anyway, because it made a big difference for me. I was always such a strict perfectionist who never took enough time to believe in the best of other people. But everyone kept proving me wrong. I made the mistake multiple times, thinking that my way was the best for everyone. Or thinking that I needed to solve some other people's problems. But I think being a leader means that you have to acknowledge that you're not perfect, and that the best thing you can do is to help guide people, rather than to do everything for them. Yes, that's what a leader does. You were trying to pull a Diana, apparently. We're all good people. We're all equals. I think that's the most important thing. I've gotten out of the club, realizing what that really means. Sayori, what are you doing? I just thought that we should be writing some of these things down. Things about the club that are valuable to us. With a piece of chalk in her hand, Sayori writes down the word trust on the chalkboard. This is because you showed me that I could trust you, with everything about me, not just my good side. Suddenly, Yuri takes a piece of chalk as well. She writes, understanding. I owe a lot of gratitude to everyone who took the time to understand me, even though it was so difficult for me to express myself. In that case, Maya takes a piece of chalk as well and writes the word respect. I always thought I was a respectful person, but it took the club for me to realize there was more to it than I thought, and I'm a better person because of it. I have another one. Sayori writes, balance. Sometimes people want different things out of a friendship, or they need time before they're ready to become close. So it's important to keep things balanced between you and the other person. That reminds me. Yuri writes, reflection. Blue reflection. Yo yo yo. I've always been a reflective person, but most of it has been nothing more than hating myself for all the things I thought I did wrong. Once I started reflecting on other people, and not just myself, a lot of things changed for me. So I think that's the most important one for me. That's great. We have a whole list of things now. Suddenly everyone turns to look at Natsuki. Well, everyone took all the chalk. Don't look at me like that. Jeez. You could have just asked. Monica hands her a piece of chalk. Monica hands her piece of chalk to Natsuki. And Natsuki sighs and writes self-love. I don't know how far I've gotten with it yet, but At least I think they're at least on the right track. So there, that's my contribution. Those are 2 words technically, but whatever. Put a dash in it and apparently it's just 1 word now. Ugh, English language. Together, everyone stares at the words on the board. Was this club supposed to be about literature? It is. We still do a lot of literature. Friendship and literature. Yeah, you're right. Friendship and literature. Natsuki and Yuri gently nod as well. Hey, let's all take a picture together. We don't have one yet, right? Hey, you're right. Make sure you send it to me after. Wait, can I brush my hair first or something? Oh, you're fine. You already have the best hair out of all of us. So best you don't even set it up. I mean, you have a pen, but that's about all the setup you seem to do with your hair. Fucking bitch, bet she makes all the ladies mad by her natural beauty. I just whipped my hair. Although no one saw it, and I have no hair to whip anyway. And I'm ugly. Everyone get together. I can't fit you all in. Okay. Okay, everyone ready? And click. I'm really glad we talked about this stuff. It's easy to forget how far we've come with only 4 members. Yeah! I have so many happy thoughts right now. I'm getting some really good inspiration for a poem. You know, I feel the same way. I kinda want to get some writing done. Me too! I think I would like that as well. Everyone's looking at me again. I'll do it too, but I might not feel like sharing it. That's okay. The 4 members of the literature club disperse and return to their desks, each equipping themselves with a pen, giving them +1 inspiration point. Natsuki and Yuri give each other a quick glance, then start writing immediately. Oh my god! Sayori stretches and does the same, but Monika's left tapping her pen against the paper, unsure of where to start. Just move your hand, Monika mouthed to herself. Right the way into your heart. Her mind full of thoughts, memories, and inspiration, Monika navigates past her mental barriers and begins to write. It doesn't matter what, just that it's something new. Oh god, how did this get here? Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Alright, that was really short. There's not even artwork. They could have at least given us a CG for them taking it for that selfie thingy. How lame. Okay, well that is it for all of the content. Unique only available for DDLC Plus. So, do I think it's worth it? Well, if you somehow don't have a PC, and you want to play this on a console that the DDLC Plus is available to, then and you really want to experience the game for yourself, even though you technically already have by watching mine or anyone else's Let's Play, both of the main game or the extra content, then I say yeah. Any way you can support the creator is great, because, you know, supporting creators is always a good thing that we should always strive to do. But, considering the main game is free, and all these extra content, while they are nice, I just don't think it's worth it. Like, I already expressed it, my thoughts on it. I don't think the extra content adds too much, if not anything at all, to the main game. It is literally just its own separate thing. And if you like that, you just want more of the girls, that's fine. But like, uh, it's so long. I mean, obviously, length is attributed with worth for things, but I really don't think. Ah, there it is. Hell yeah. Ethics. Simply put, it's not our job to arbitrarily decide upon some code of ethics just because we're the first ones to do this. To our knowledge, that's the government's job to figure out. Not really either. Long after we've made enough headway for it to no longer apply to us. It's fundamentally flawed to apply ethical reasoning to this anyway, because humanity's code of ethics is based upon nothing more than our knowledge and understanding of life forms similar to ourselves. We don't have ethics for killing bacteria or plants, only for the creatures that we can convincingly project our emotions onto. The humans in our virtual machines operate completely different from us on a fundamental level, and therefore should not be taken any more seriously than a machine that's programmed to print "I feel sad." We're engineers, not philosophers. Ah, come on! That's the mindset of literally every fictional evil scientist thing. Well, not necessarily evil, they're just doing their job, and that's why it's wrong and bad and terrible. It's because they don't think, they just do their job, ironically enough, despite being scientists. You know, people who are the forefront of humans' knowledge and advancement. Ah, there's two. Funny face. Nice. Right, so what was I saying? I got time, who cares? The art style for all the side content and stuff is very different compared to the main one. I believe it might have been a different artist that did these. Because, yeah, look at the original art and then compare that to all of the art. Like, there's way more wavier hair and I don't know, something about the shading. Not really that good at explaining art philosophy and design and stuff. The new music is definitely good, but obviously that's oh hey I know this one. That's where the inspiration for the sundress and Monica After Story in the Monica After Story mod thing came from. The epic. How do I unlock the rest of these promo bullcrap? Finish all of the side stories. Jeez. It's as close as we can get to an official appearance for the main character. He doesn't even have any color, but shouldn't be a problem. We know for a fact his hair is black. So, yeah. But yeah, these are always remember this. I don't think I've ever stated this before in any of my criticism things, but always remember that this is my own opinion. That's another reason why I don't do ratings. Because people treat ratings as an objective fact. An objective statement that is that should and always be true, and if you disagree with it, then you just gotta be wrong. And that if other and yeah, people focus too much on numbers. God, numbers. The numbers. But yeah, these are my own opinions. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't like it too or that you wouldn't. If you like it, that's fine. Me personally, I didn't. The main game was fine as it is. It didn't need all of the side stories. I appreciate that this game was brought to more people by being able to be played in other consoles via this game, but The original was free. This game isn't, and not to mention the change it did to the main game. There's really only one, and that's the fact that Monica in the Act 4, she doesn't say your name. She doesn't mention your name, and takes your name from your computer. That's really the only real. That's an issue, and if that turns out to be as big of an issue for you as it is, then yeah, the main game will do just fine for you. And if you think the side stories are like way too long and just yeah, but that's enough about me and my thoughts. I still gotta finish. I still got one more visual novel to finish. For now, I shall see you all, and I shall give this. I shall give my DDLC Plus's additional content, the side stories, uh, a club activity out of 10. Much like a club activity, as long as you're in the right club, assuming you're in a club where the activities you partake in you consider fun and you can enjoy them, then they can be fun. But due to just how regimented and scheduled and stuff clubs tend to usually be, they have a way of sucking the fun out and making things last too long sometimes. You know what I mean? I myself have never actually been part of a club before. I never joined any clubs. I am what you would call part of the go home club, I suppose. So I'm not speaking from experience here, just speaking from some outsiders understanding on how clubs are spent. And yeah, it's like going through the side stories feels like a club activity to me. There you go. Never opening that ever again. Monica.